And greetings, everyone. And I'm Wet Hamster,
Hello,
I'm Gildus.
and Samar Kwai is with us.
I am Samara Guay.
Samar Way, yes, I keep saying it the wrong way. And today
I
we
thought it was Chimera.
Well, it can be pronounced
continue.
either way. Samara. Anyway,
So,
Keep going. That thing you were talking about, Wet Hamster.
yes, well, I will be doing another training mission because I need to get through these sooner or later. and plus they make for great filler. Plus, well, you know, they're interesting fights too. They're really great for practice as well. If you need to practice on a certain monster with certain weapon, something like that. But previously, Paper Lion, who I will not call Paper Wizard again, he mentioned, yeah, I haven't been using the bowgun or ranged weapons a lot, and so I decided, you know what, I need to use a bowgun. My only problem is I forgot how to use bowguns.
Oh, so you'll be back to normal Wet Hamster skill levels then?
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright.
I'm not sure what to say about this bowgun. It's certainly not my choice of bowguns, but it's not. So it's all right.
Heavies are good. They got the shield, so
Yeah,
you won't have to dodge, but
but you will
you
still
don't want to
take
depend
damage.
on the shield. Yeah.
And I just made sure to see if I could avoid taking damage there, but I couldn't.
from what I remember, in Portable Free, the heavy and light bowguns got heavily modified or upgraded.
Oh.
Or like they have their own unique abilities. Like I think the heavy bowgun got some kind of special firing mode. I want to say. I'm not 100% certain.
I'm not entirely certain myself, mainly because I haven't looked at that fro. Oh man, I missed the fro, man. But
I have not been up to date on bowguns and the changes. I heard they changed a lot in the newest Monster Hunter, but I don't have it, so I wouldn't know.
and I ran into that one.
Well, in Try, you could actually make custom bowguns.
Yeah,
I kind of wish they would bring that back.
Barrel stock and the other part.
I never
yeah,
really
that
got
other.
into the try customizing bowguns, but if people say I need to, like, when I do start try, that I get hit. Damn it! All those fireballs.
All of the fireballs.
So I am off to a really great start, chugging all my potions because ranged armor is made of wet cardboard, and if I get hit by anything that isn't in an elemental attack, I will fold, just like wet cardboard.
Boxy Brown struts into Garuga's bar and asks, "Yes, I'll take one glass of all your fireballs."
Yeah, actually, getting hit by elemental attacks is the least of your worries with ranged armor, since you get extra elemental resistances. As I said, all of the fireballs. I am not too proud. All of the fireballs.
Training missions, yeah. The training missions are really fun because they're challenging, and it makes you realize how much you crutch on your armor.
Oh yeah, it really does.
And you have to use everything that's given to you, unless you're incredibly good. But you gotta like scrounge for every item you can around the arena.
Especially with, I think it's the next fight in the line. No, it's not the next one. I think it's the next one again. I think the next one again is a Tigrex arena fight. If you're using the bow, please don't vote for the bow. My God, please don't vote for the bow. It is the worst weapon set up against Tigrex, and it gives you the least points. And if you stand up on the ledge, he will just throw rocks at you all day and kill you.
Bow is really great because you're mobile with it, and you can get off quick shots.
And you're wearing
if
gathering.
the bow had, yeah,
That when you're actually
Gathering?
yeah,
every piece
love it.
of armor will give you like 10 points of defense.
Like, gathering is probably the worst armor you can take to a fight.
Yeah.
And honestly,
You're role-playing Hunger Games, okay?
Uh,
uh,
You gotta survive off the land when you're an archer.
Yeah, the problem is it doesn't survive off of. But yeah, they give me the worst setup ever, and it's only like a 90% point bonus. Yeah, it's like this really hard setup, but they give you the crappiest score. No matter.
I don't know. Bows, once you get the technique down, they can be really, really good.
Well, here's the problem. You will get one-shotted by Tigrex if he even touches you with that setup because you're using armor that doesn't have any defense. So you might as well be running around naked. And if Tigrex is in his hyper mode, enraged, that's avoid.
It's a bit difficult.
Yeah.
Boy.
Have you showed the R word yet? The Super Saiyan?
Rajang, yeah, I showed Rajang. I did.
Oh, you have? Okay.
Yeah, Razang was right
Okay.
after and
So I can talk about them because I beat
commented about Razang before.
yeah, the way I beat Dual Rajang was with a bow.
Yeah, admittedly the gun lance is not a good Rajang. I mean, yeah, I can block stuff, but when you get to the really large Rajang, you'll just be kind of like attacking between his legs and hitting him.
Oh yeah, the huge one is quite a
and that's
pain.
not even the biggest. It's just a Silver Crown.
Yeah, the bow strength is its mobility. You can fire while running. You don't have to sit there and aim. So if you know you're at their level, you just have to aim in their direction and just keep firing, and then just run off and do other crap.
Yeah, that's what I do. What I do is I charge a shot while I'm running around, and then I will stop, aim, shoot, and then I will usually do a dodge roll or keep running while charging the next shot. Something like that, depending what the...
You can do that with the bow guns too, I think. But it's just a lot.
Not as reliable.
With a heavy bowgun, because...
Since you have to reload and you have ammo,
well, it depends.
Isn't as dependable, and you can't really do it as wildly as you can with a bow.
Well, it depends on if you have the unlimited reloader thing, the auto reloader. So you don't.
Yeah, but even then, you don't want to waste all your ammo with it too.
Yeah.
And if you're using a coating, you have to kind of reload the coating.
No, you don't. You just have to put it on once, and then it's on until you're out of coating.
Okay.
Yeah, until you're out of them.
That's like 50 coatings.
Okay.
So that's actually a lot of shots you can get off. And if you're using like a multi-shot thing, then that's a lot of coatings you get for one coating's worth. So, I mean, like, the only problem with the bow in Freedom Unite is that it is, I would say, probably the weakest of the weapons.
It got nerfed a bit after Freedom 2, was it? The one before this. God, I can't remember the names. I think it was
just be the
Monster Hunter
second
Freedom
game
2.
itself, but that would be... Wait, the game before this is literally, I think it's the G version of Monster Hunter 2. Because this came after.
Yeah. There was the first one, then the second one, and then this one.
I think
So whatever the middle one is.
I think it goes like this.
That was actually released in America.
I think it goes like this: Monster Hunter 1, Monster Hunter 1G, then comes 2, then comes 2G, and then they start the PSP series of 1G and 2G, which is Freedom Unite. I think that's how it goes with the console games. But I think it goes...
the console one I played last was the first one, the original.
I think...
Sad day for the North Americans.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't even think it was. But then again, a lot of things back then were not released in Europe. Like, right now, I'm keeping an eye on the Grandia 3 thread, and I don't even think Grandia 3 was released in most of Europe. Like, I never saw it in the stores in Denmark, and I wanted to buy it, but I couldn't because good luck getting it.
4 Souls.
And it looks like a really fun game too. Like, I'm enjoying that Let's Play. But basically, like, and plus, here's the other problem. Like back in the days where localization wasn't as widespread in video games, we got our games, like Japan would get their games, then the US will get theirs a year later, and then Europe will get theirs a year later. And Europe would only get their version of the game if it was successful in the US. Because if it's not successful in the US, it won't do well in Europe. It's just not worth it.
Oh, the plight of the Europeans.
Yeah, we're totally screwed. But then again, when we finally did get something, our games usually have bonus features that the Americans didn't get, or tweaks.
Yeah, it's usually the spinning rims and everything.
Yeah, like I remember everybody in Japan and America was pissed off with Kingdom Hearts that we got the Sephiroth fight, and they didn't. And everybody was so angry about that with the first Kingdom Hearts game. Well, then we came up with the comment that, like, you know, every single game we have to wait for, we might not get, and the shield saved me for once. I don't like relying on the shield just because certain attacks you will take a lot of damage.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good if you have no other option, though. It's nice to have it compared to not having it if you can't get out of the way soon enough. So.
I still prefer the power barrel just because I prefer avoiding being hit, and then might as well up the damage since you're on limited ammo.
Yeah, the shield is pretty much like bumpers for bowling.
Yeah.
It's like training wheels. And if you're good enough to get to take them off, then you can really start using the bowgun.
Yeah.
To its maximum potential.
I use bowguns so little that I just keep forgetting how to use it properly, and then it takes me a while to sort of get into the groove of using it. With lance weaponry, hammer and longsword, I really don't have that problem because I'm just so used to using those kinds of weapons.
Yeah, they all pretty much fall under the melee category. So you get into that melee mindset.
With greatsword though, I have to like get used to the greatsword because used to the timing of the charges and how they are. And you also have to get used to the idea of, oh yes, I have a block button, and so what if I have to waste a little sharpness to not die?
Yeah, no, greatswords are awesome.
Yeah.
I use them mainly, and then if I go ranged, I'll go with the bow.
Yeah, I like the bow better than I like the bow. But that's just because
I've always wanted to try the bow.
It's pretty fun, and it's really mobile, and it can be incredibly damaging.
You just gotta know what you're doing and use the right bows against the right monsters. It's very... You have to know exactly what you're doing with the bows, and you have to bring the exact right weapons for the fight. It's not just something where you can have a all-rounder weapon.
That was actually that's actually part of a reason why I really want to see Tri-D make it get localized.
Well, as far as I understand, they are releasing an American and a European version of them, and that there is going to be actual, you know, like servers like Tri had servers. So if that is true, and I've just heard this as a rumor, but if that is true, I might actually personally consider buying a 3DS if I find one on sale and actually getting Tri-G. I would actually consider that. But I would not get a not Tri-G, but I would not get a 3DS here in Denmark because, well, I'm gonna eventually live in the US, maybe in a year.
Yeah, it might be.
So that'd be a problem.
Be better to. Actually, I think in the US the price dropped.
Not here in Denmark. If I had the choice of, I could buy a major console. Like I could buy like 2 or 3 major consoles, or I could buy 3DS. What would I buy? I think I'll just buy one.
Didn't they just recently close Monster Hunter Frontier for the PC?
I have not.
In Korea?
Yeah, in Korea, yeah, they actually did that a while back. I heard about that.
Yeah.
It's because they noticed that there were far more Brazilians playing the game than actual Koreans.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, when I get here, they have to stop it. But what's it? Even for like League of Legends or just about any MMO, you have to make an account with your social security number to verify it.
Yeah, I remember like people were handing out these social security numbers so they could play together with Monster Hunter Frontier with each other's friends.
Yeah.
Like, I found that kind of amusing that people were actually that crazy about it, that they'd just be handing out social security numbers left and right so people could play Frontier.
Well, they're probably handing out like their parents and their sibling numbers or their grandparents or something.
Yeah, like you have a friend in Korea, and then they're like, "Oh man, you gotta play this game," and you're like, "Oh, but I can't." And they're like, "Oh, wait 1 second, I'll hook you up, man. I'll tell you everything how to do it." Oh man, you gotta
check it out.
You gotta. I mean, there's something to admire about the Monster Hunter fan base in a sense.
Yeah, they
try to hook up their buddies with the game if they can. Like, I have tried to hook up my buddies with Monster Hunter, but they're like, no, we don't want a console. But we think it looks awesome when you're playing it and all everything. Speaking of which, I've probably mentioned this before, but I've already done like the Tri-Arena recordings with a buddy of mine who played at split screen. So when I do get to third try, look forward to that. We had a blast.
Those are really fun. I never got to complete the dual screen, the split screen ones.
Oh, well, they're literally the same as the single player ones. Only you have to do things in a faster timer to get better rewards.
Yeah, I had always when it's down.
And you get more deaths before you lose because they expect everyone to die horribly.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
which is the case with my friend who has never really played Monster Hunter before, and he used the bowgun, and he got hit a lot. But I forgot to mention that, or have I already mentioned, I should say, that bowgun armor is paper thin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's very weak.
You don't want to get.
Well, technically, it's kind of justified since they're not really supposed to be getting hit all the time.
Yeah. There are certain monsters where it's really hard to avoid getting hit by, like Mr. B, the big brute monster, the first one you meet.
Oh yeah.
And like.
Okay, yeah, him.
He's pretty annoying to not get hit by, like the first few times you ever fight him. But I actually got a steel egg this time, so that's pretty good rewards. Don't care so much about the coins.
Not bad. Coins can make some nice gear.
But I
think
it has a lot of
make good gear, some interesting gear in Tri.
Actually, yeah, in Tri they do make some pretty interesting gear, at least for the low end stuff that I've seen in single player.
In fact, I think that's the only way you can get the guild armor is with the coins.
Not on top.
Yeah, you need coins typically to make guild armor.
No, I was.
Which is fairly good.
I guess I was wrong. No, the Tigrex is now. No, I thought it was Monoblos, then Tigrex, but no, Tigrex. Fuck. I'm sorry, but I have to say, I have to swear there. Please don't choose bow. Please don't choose bow. Please don't choose bow. So let's see what we have. We have a sword and shield combo. This is combo. It's pretty good. Just don't try to block because you will sort of be staggered whenever you try to block any of Tigrex's attacks, and then you'll get hit back afterwards, anyways, unless you charge. But yeah, like it's got poison attribute. Basically, what you want to do is you want to poison Tigrex and let poison do most of your work.
I'm guessing
poison
that's
him and then just get in safe hits when you can.
Exactly.
And just make sure you poison the whole time.
And you get some nice traps and bombs. And then there's also the bombs in the beginning that you can pick up as well. This one is a little bit more tricky because you have a slow weapon, and Tigrex can get really fast. And
if you have the timing down,
yeah, which I don't.
Dude, awesome. But that is a.
But they give you a pretty good setup if you're brave, and really good. But the attack art is very good for a great sword because you get such a huge attack boost. And then they give you lots of items too. So like, they recognize that most people are going to get mauled to hell and back with a great sword against Tigrex. So they.
Well, you're going to get mauled with Tigrex no matter what weapon you use.
Well, that's not true. Sword and Shield is pretty evasive, so I can avoid a lot of attacks.
Yeah, Sword and Shield's pretty mobile. They're nice to use.
Yeah, I use those.
I can't
too.
remember.
It just takes a while to kill some things because
they're just very weak.
You have to. You have to focus on the elemental or poison.
Yeah, you got to play to the monster's weakness.
So I get song durations increased and no feint, which is actually really good as well. So you won't get stuck and take a free hit to the face. I don't know is that a good set of notes? I can't recall.
Oh,
you can probably look it up.
If people choose this, I'll have to look it up. Yeah, but it's not a bad hunting horn. That's a really good hunting horn. Lots of damage.
Hunting's really fun too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always been curious of a hunting horn as well.
Oh, the hunting horn's great, especially if you're playing with friends. Then it's perfect.
I heard it got, like the bow, it got improved for the third generation.
Yeah, I think so too. But a lot of weapons got improved for the third generation, like gun lances got amazing.
Pretty much across the board.
Yeah. But I think it's a lot of frontier attacks that they've gotten, like all the extra frontier attacks that they've given a lot of these weapons, so they're a little bit more versatile.
That makes sense, since frontiers pretty much it's not stopped.
Yeah, we'll know what you're saying. Also, this lance is terrible. Okay, they give me a trap, they give me some rations, standard stuff, but they also give me some guard. That's not too horrible. Especially against Tigrex, who will eat your stamina away in no time. Now, take a look at the lance.
Gross.
Yeah. I mean, the damage is...
Yeah, cool name, though.
Yeah. The lance's damage is okay because, lances aren't really a high-damaging weapon, but man, that sharpness, it really kills me because I need to, I hit a few times and I sharpen my weapon. I hit a few times...
Yeah.
Sharpen my weapon. So this is what I was talking about before. That Meloha armor, that's like the sort of pretty gimmickier gathering set.
Isn't that for gathering or combining?
Yeah.
I can't.
One of the two.
But I can't combine. But it's for gathering. Yeah. So that's what I get. Capacity.
Oh god, yeah, big bow, do it.
But the capacity up is really great, but that's just because of an earring I got. The rest is just terrible. Like, look at the armor values and everything. One hit and I'm dead.
You'll be fine.
And they don't give you a bad bow either. It's a lightning bow, so playing to Tigrex's weaknesses. And that's what I get. I get the extra charge because of the capacity. So I will be doing more damage on full charge and getting an extra level of charges, so my shots do more. I think it's with the scatter shots, there's more arrows being fired off at once. Anyway, so Gildas, you say bow. What do you say?
I'm not honestly certain. I'd like to see the hunting horn.
Alright, well, if people don't vote on anything, I'll roll a dice. We'll see you next time.
You're a glutton for punishment. Make him do bow.